Alright guys, how's it going today? So, just kind of a windy, coldy, crappy day again. But, yeah. Got some shit did yesterday, and, hopefully that'll be it for this year anyway. So, but, yeah. I got the machines out of the shop. I got them back in the garage again. So I have the room here in the shop. I got the trailer in the shop now. Because I got my coupler finally. I already installed it because I didn't bother making a separate video on it. But that's the new coupler. The old one's right there. So I had it on there. This one's definitely a lot better because it's got a lock in it. This one locks compared to that old one didn't. I got longer seat chains put on it, and stuff. So yeah, that showed up, and that went on okay. I used all new bolts for that one too because I got them. So really, all that's left to do now to this trailer is basically just mount the fuel tank now, the gas fuel tank on this. I'll probably end up doing that next year because it's too late, and it's pretty much too late this year now to really do anything. I got other things to kind of not do now. Well, I got other things that I need to kind of do, so I really don't have time to be freaking around with anything anymore. So, like, I need to clean the shop floor out. One of my sandbags leaked on me, so I dumped a pile of sand on the floor. So, and I got the roller, and you guys have already seen that, and crap. But yeah, yesterday me and my uncle we did install the CB in the house. We had to drill a new hole for that because of the coax. I wanted to put the wire through the sub pump hole because that's where the pipe goes through the concrete wall. I have one wire going through there now, and that was actually for the weather radio. But couldn't fit the CB wire through there. I think the ground wire would have fitted okay, but I ran it through the new hole that we drilled as well. I'll try to show you guys. I brought the remote with me for my camera so I can zoom in for you guys because I can't use the button on top of the thing anymore, top of the camera. So what the hell I did with it now, I don't know, but it should be in my pocket or somewhere. But yeah, here it is. But yeah, it's all installed. The power source that I have for it, which you guys didn't even see that anyway in the video. It works, but my uncle thinks that it's underpowered for the deal, for to run the CB, because the CB I think requires more power when you're transmitting than when you're just receiving or whatever. But yeah, I just can't. I tried. Well, there's not much for truck traffic over here, even though there is a truck stop. But I don't think anyone around here uses them. Because I don't really hear a lot. Even on Big Red, I don't really hear a lot. You would think with a bigger antenna you'd be able to hear it, but I'm not hearing much. So I checked the weather bands, and I'm actually getting in, I think, about 2 or 3 with that antenna. I'd say on Big Red it was only 1, and that was only that Canadian channel, which doesn't do me any good in Big Red, and because the antenna's too small. So even though it would be nice in Big Red, I don't really need it on the house. The CB that's in the house, because I got the weather radio. So I just basically set the CB for a different channel, so I'm picking up a different county. So I'm getting 2 counties now. So, but the power supply is a bit too small for it, because I did try to talk to my uncle. I went on Big Red's CB there in the garage, and he said that there was some noise in the background. And I think I have all the settings on that radio to get rid of as much of it as possible. I'm still not quite used to how it works. I haven't really read the book much, so I should know a lot about it because I've seen quite a few videos on that radio. So, but my uncle thinks it might be because of the power supply that I have on it. It's too small for it, so I went and ordered the bigger one. So basically, I think with that the power supply that I'm getting now, which is 2000, I think it was AM or MA or something like that. I don't remember, but my power supply that I have now is only 500 MA or whatever the hell it is. So it's actually underpowered for the radio, especially when transmitting. If you're just receiving, it's probably alright for it, but for transmitting wise, like if I actually wanted to send out something, it would probably require a lot more power. And I did notice that the first day when I hooked it up, I plugged it in, and the power supply was running. That first night there, it was getting pretty hot. So I unplugged it for the night, and then I plugged it back in the morning because I was going to bed, and I didn't want to worry about it maybe catching my house on fire or something. So I just unplugged it for the night, and I plugged it back in the morning, and ever since then it's been like it's warm, but it's not hot. So I don't know why it was getting so hot there at first. If that was just the way they are when you first break them in or something, I don't know. But it seems to be running warm. But I suppose if I was to transmit, or talk to someone, it probably would start cooking it. But so yeah, I'm going to change that power supply out. I ordered one from eBay for about $35 or something like that. So it's going to be a little bit more beefier for the radio. I don't know if that'll help for picking up signals, because I ain't getting anything. But like I said, I did try to talk to my uncle, and he says that I was coming in kind of, not sounding clear. And he sounded kind of the same way in Big Red, but I think on Big Red, the first time I didn't have all the settings on. Because for the noise blanker on Big Red's radio, you always have to turn it back on if you turn the radio off, which I think is stupid. That should just be an automatic thing. That when you turn it on, it should just stay on. Because that's how it is on this radio in the house. Once you set those settings, they'll stay like that forever unless you unplug it. So on Big Red, there's always resetting those kind of things, except the memory for channel scan and whatever. So it just wasn't kind of whatever. So yeah, I'll probably throw a little clip in here, and maybe I'll even throw it in before this one, I don't know, of the tripod mount setup, because I had put it together in my bedroom, and just because I wanted to get some of the work done, and that's what I did. So it took me about an hour, because I was taking my time with it and making sure everything was, was right. So, but yeah, so it's just hard to really. I mean, I probably could have tried to talk to someone on Channel 19. That probably would have helped, but I think I need to get the power supply figured out a little bit better first. So before I try transmitting much of anything, I have done some transmitting, just sending nothing, but so I don't know if it's actually transmitting as far as it should be, but it might be. But I mean, there's probably no one around here that uses CB radios anymore, Well, you think there'd be truckers, but I don't know. Truckers around here don't use their radios much because they're not on the road anymore. They're pulling over to the gas station there, or the truck stop, whatever, and that's it. So they're not really talking to anyone else. So I don't know, but we'll figure it out. I'm going to get a different power supply for it. maybe that'll fix the issue a little bit. I did ground the antenna down into the basement, but I don't know if it was really necessary because we did try it without it, and then we tried it with it, and there really wasn't much of a difference, if hardly any at all for noise-wise. So it's still grounded, but I don't. Maybe it's not even grounded in the proper places, but I don't know. Because all I did was, well, my uncle did it. He wrapped the copper wire around the bolt that goes into the foot for the tripod. So we're melting the whole entire tripod, or we're grounding the whole thing. Which is the same thing with what's on Big Red, because we're supposed to ground the mount. So, and I know the one guy, I think it was even Buzzsaw or whatever, that was saying about those that the antennas are the hot side of them. Yeah, I think I knew that. That's why when you mount an antenna, they say to put it comes with a rubber gasket or whatever between. That's supposed to go between the antenna and the mount. So you're not grounding the antenna to the mount. You're just grounding the ground, or you're just grounding the mount. So that's what I did it with this one too. So I knew that, but I don't think it's helping much. I don't think it even made a difference on Big Red either. It's probably just there in case you're picking up static from something and you have a place to dump it, instead of going through your radio. So, but it didn't help it much anyway. But it's there anyway. It's better than nothing, I guess. It's only 14 gauge wire, but it should be big enough. So, but yeah, so I'll probably tag on another video, maybe at the end of this one or something, of where I mounted it and whatever, the CB. Because I haven't done that yet. I've made the clip on of putting this mount together and shit, but that's about it. So, and I've been getting kind of into the gaming a little bit, so let you guys know too that if you're watching this video, there is going to be one gaming video up tonight on this channel, but, well, tonight maybe? Yeah, I think it might be tonight. But possibly every Sunday, maybe, depending on how the hell I feel, I'm going to be now uploading a gaming video on my gaming channel. So if you're into gaming, go to my gaming channel. The link will be below in the description. Because with the PS4, because yes, I have a PS4. You guys have already seen the unboxing of that. You can record your gameplay, and I think you can record your voice too. But I haven't done the voice. I've just been doing the gameplay, the game audio and whatever. So yeah. So that's what I've been doing. I think my sister might be coming over later tonight. Help me with a few other things. I got a few other things to do to my computer, and then I got a couple of things I got to do to my PS4s, or my PS4 I should say. But yeah, I couldn't get my PS3 account, which is under PlayStation Network. I couldn't get it over to the PS4. They even said that if you have a PlayStation Network account, which I do, he says no matter if you're on the PS3 or PS4, you can actually move your PS3 account over to your PS4. You're just not going to be able to take pictures or stuff like that. You're only going to be able to take your trophies, your account, like your name and stuff like that, and then your friends. That's all you can take. You can't take anything else with it. So, which is fine with me. I don't need to take all those pictures with me anyway. So I had to get my sister over last night because I have the password for my account and shit, but I just couldn't get it to work. It just kept saying that incorrect password or email address, whatever the hell it was. But I knew it wasn't wrong because last year or the year before that, my sister came over and she adjusted my account a little bit so it would be fine, because I was having problems back then too on the PS3, and she figured that out, and then when it came to the PS4, I just couldn't figure it out. It's just like, I don't get it, because we changed the passwords and everything. So it would be, like I'd be more in control, instead of her, because that's the way it was back then. That she was the master of all the accounts, and I was just, a kind of like a neighbor of her or whatever, a friend of a friend or whatever. So, but then a few years ago, or a couple years ago or whatever, she changed it so then I'd be, because back then we were both sharing that PS3, and then she moved out, whatever, and she got her own, and then she was still the master of my account, and I couldn't do anything with my account unless I went through her, got her permission to do so. So she changed it to where I'd be the master of my own account, and then it just apparently it fixed it, but when I signed into the PS4, it didn't fix it. It was still saying that you're not the owner of this account or whatever. So it was a kind of a clusterfuck for me, because there's nothing I could do, because I don't have my sister's account shit, I don't have her password, her email address, because that's none of my business crap, So she changed it now. She got it to go, and apparently she fixed it now to where I am the master of I'm the real master of this PS4. She's not. So, but yeah, so these PS4s are definitely a different animal from what the PS3s are. There's so much more you can do with them. I like the fact that you can videotape your gameplays, but the problem is that you're limited to your time. I think you can only go for about 20 minutes at a time, something like that anyway. If even that, I don't really know. I wasn't really keeping track, but so I always had to tell it to record again. And I did link it up. I did hook it up to my YouTube account too. So when I make a video, I can download it I can straight upload it to YouTube. So, but then from YouTube, I use my downloader and I re-download it to my computer, so then I can run it through the editor. So it's a little bit more work, but it works. It gets done. It gets the job done. So I don't think there was any other way of doing it. So, but yeah. So if you are into gaming, gaming videos, so you can go check out my gaming channel. I did upload a video there not too long ago, probably a few days ago, of the PS4 unboxing. I uploaded that video to both my channels. Someone had told me that if I did that, I'd get, I would get a lot of views and stuff on there. Well, actually, I think my views have taken kind of a hit on that video. So, because none of my regular subscribers checked it out. I mean, that's probably not what they're into, but the views are a little bit lower than what even these kind of videos are. Like this video here is going to get good views, but when it comes to gaming stuff, it's going to get terrible views, especially on this channel. So that's kind of another reason why I made a separate channel just for gaming, because I just want people that if they're just going to watch my gaming shit, then they can just go subscribe to my gaming channel and have nothing to do with this channel. And for the people that just want to watch these kind of videos and not my gaming videos, well, then you got this channel. Some are saying just to upload it all on one. Well, if I did that, I think it would become a little bit overwhelming. I mean, I know Bill T-Max does it. He only uploads, I think, games on the weekends, but I still think it's a little bit too much. So, even sometimes I take Sundays off. I haven't really been taking much for Sundays off, but usually I do that, so then you guys get kind of a break, but I haven't done it yet, so not for a little while. So, but yeah, if you want to check out my gaming vids, my videos, whatever, head over to my gaming channel. Like I said, the link will be below. It's always there. If you want to go check out that, and I know I haven't uploaded a heck of a lot. I haven't uploaded, I don't think, anything all summer on it. So it's been about 4 months since I last uploaded something, but then I uploaded that unboxing just a few days ago. But I'm working on the 3rd episode of Black Ops 3. That's being downloaded right now, and then that'll be edited today and probably uploaded to YouTube's, and then So that's enough right there probably for 3 weekends. But yeah, if you want to go check out that, you can. The link will be in the description. Because there will be a gaming vid going up there tonight. There might be, I don't know, there might be one tonight. Oh, yeah, there'll be one tonight, and then there'll be one on this channel. Because on this channel, it's the same video, I just titled it different. So if you watch the gaming video tonight, you'll be seeing that. No, let me put it this way. If you watch the video tonight on this channel, okay, well, if you go to my gaming channel and watch episode 1, it's the exact same thing. It's just titled different. So, because I figured if people here are going, if they're going to be interested in it, then they can just go over to my gaming channel, and then that's where the rest of the episodes are going to be uploaded. Okay, I'm uploading it on this channel to let you guys know that I'm starting this now. Go over to my gaming channel and check it out there. So really, episode 1 is going up on both channels. They're just titled different, and then episode 2, 3, 4, and beyond, whatever, are all going to be up on the gaming channel. So be sure to go check. If you're not subscribed to that channel, go back and subscribe, or go and subscribe. And then, how often I feel like uploading games, I don't know. Because I know that in the wintertime, I'm going to probably be doing a lot more gaming than I am now. But now it's because in the summertime, I do a lot more like farm work videos and mowing videos and shit like that. I didn't really have anything to do in the wintertime besides play video games, so that's kind of why I made a channel. So, anyways, I'm going to go show you guys the CB setup. So, yeah, make sure you go check out that gaming channel. Like I said, the link will be in the description. That's where the trailer used to sit, right there. I might get the Ion going here in the next few days, because I haven't ran it all summer, and I kind of need to do that. So haven't done anything with my dirt because it's been so rainy and crappy. I just haven't felt like doing anything with it. So I'm not sure what you guys are going to be able to see. If you can see it, there it is. I'll see if I can zoom this thing in. I zoomed in a little bit. Here we go. I guess I'm using the remote to do this because the thing don't work anymore on the top. So there's the tripod. And then there's the 102-inch whipper. I think that's where it stops, right about there in the middle of the screen. So she gets up there, boys. So, and it's not really, it's moving a little bit because it's breezy out there, but if it was a lot more windier, it probably would be blowing a lot more than that, but. And if I have to, I can take it down real quick because I got the quick disconnect on there. So, I don't know if you guys can see it moving or not. I can barely see it because I'm not wearing my sunglasses. So I kind of got the sun in my eyes a little bit, but and then right next to it is the weather radio antenna. So I bet you if you had a really good windy day, you'd be able to see that. I'll have to maybe check on that, because I'm sure we're going to have a few more windy days yet. This is nothing right now. You can kind of see it whipping around there a little bit. It's not going to go crazy because it's not windy enough to move it. So well, there you go. That's the 102-inch whip. Come on, zoom back out here, baby. There we go. That's the 102-inch whip on a 3-foot tripod. And then the wiring just comes down. I threw the wiring down inside the mount of this antenna. Then it's stuck underneath there. And then we drilled the hole here. I'm going to get some foam or whatever and fill in this hole. This goes into the basement. But this white wire right here, that's the weather radio wire for the weather antenna. This is the ground wire for the big antenna, and then that's the coax wire for the radio. These two here are for the CB, and then that's for the weather radio, which is that antenna right there. And I just got done shredding leaves like 2 or 3 days ago, and I gotta shred leaves again. I hope these trees are gonna get done soon, because I'm getting a little bit pooped here, freaking chopping all the damn time. I don't know if you can see it any better now, the antenna, because I got the sunlight. I can't see my lens or anything because of the sunlight, but I mean, I should be getting some good signals, but I'm not getting anything. Like, I'm not getting static either, unless I turn the squelch all the way down, but I got the squelch about halfway. Because that's what I have it on Big Red, so halfway-ish. So, maybe you can see it better now, I don't know. Nice freaking dark cloud there too, isn't that awesome? So there it is. Yeah, you can probably see me trying to zoom this thing in. Well, I'm trying to get it to zoom in. Okay, there we go. Well, you can definitely see it better now. So she gets up there. And it probably looks obvious too, I mean, but I don't give a shit. You know, it's my house. I can put whatever I want. I can put whatever I want on top of my house. If you don't like it, you can go move somewhere else, you know. Oh, and I gotta talk about my flags too. They're no longer up there either. Yeah, you can see that didn't last. That's just kind of a disappointment, but I think I know what the hell's going on. But, alright, now you can see that whip moving. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she's whipping around there. I mean, she's not going nuts, but she's going, so. She's only moving a few inches at a time, but we need to get, like, I wouldn't want to know what happened if 100 miles an hour winds hit that. Something I probably should have did too, maybe, I don't know if they make it or not, is put a quick disconnect on the coax wire for in the radio, because I know the lightning may like that, I don't know. I mean, there's trees that are taller than that, so, oh yeah, there, look at that blow now. So, she was blowing, but there, it's just blowing again. I don't know if you guys care about it whipping around or not, but I think some people may enjoy the whipping part, but you gotta have good winds for that. You're just not gonna get them today, I guess. But that's where she is. She's 3 feet from this, about 3 or 4 feet from that weather radio antenna. They say to keep them at least 3 feet apart. So I think that's about 3 or 4 feet apart, so it should be more than enough, I think. But yeah, I'll try to see if I can throw that other video clip in. And see how it goes. But yeah, my uncle doesn't think that it went into any structure or anything. He thinks it just went into the roof, but I don't know. He says the drill might be too powerful. He probably can't tell with the drill, but you can tell. He just gave it too much power and freaking drove over here, and you gotta idle that in there, you know. But he probably just went full throttle with it, so yeah, that's where the CV is, or the antenna part wise. I'll do a video. I might throw a video in here. I don't know if I'll throw it in while I'm talking or if I'll throw it in at the end. I gotta warm my hands up here for a second because it's kind of chilly. My freaking workbench is a damn mess. I'm trying to find parts to freaking get shit to work. I forgot so many tools that we needed to install, even just the antenna. So, yeah. So, yeah. So, like I said, I'm gonna change out the power supply setup for it. That'll give it more power. And I might show you guys the power supply that I'm using right now. I'm sure it's underpowered. I thought it would be more than the power for it, but apparently it's not. So, from what my uncle says anyway. And I think he knows a lot about electronics and shit, so I think he knows a little bit about CBs because I think he had some back in the day when he was a kid. So, you know, he had CB radios in his cars. But back then, you know, there were no cell phones or anything like that or shit. You know, he's never had a cell phone, but you know, back then cell phones weren't even a thing for anyone. So the only way you could ever talk with anyone over a distance would be through CB radios. So, or calling the home phone or whatever from your home phone. But so yeah. Yep, and I'll get to the point of the flags here. Yeah, the flags are no longer up because the Confederate flag was doing good, but the Don't Tread on Me flag, I think, was putting too much strain on the mount, and it kind of broke the mount. So, because it's only like what's holding that mount at an angle or anywhere, it's just teeth. Okay, it's not a bolt. All it is that, and then a wing nut, or a nut. You drive the nut in to make it tight, so then that's what holds it. But the teeth, you know, I don't think were meant for that kind of strain, so that's why that one snapped. But I think that could have snapped because the flag was too heavy. I'm not even sure what the hell happened to the Confederate flag because the bolt just come out. So I don't know if the bolt got loose from rocking so much, or if the bolt just broke under pressure. I haven't even looked at it since it fell. So, and it kind of it didn't like damage the pipe. It just ruined the paint because it's cheap fucking paint. So, I think I'm just going to put this off for this year. I think what I'm going to do next year is I'm just going to custom make my own fucking steel brackets, make them heavy duty or something. I'm just going to because I think that the pipe there that I'm using now to hold the flags, I think that's 1 inch. So maybe if I get something slightly bigger than 1 inch, and then maybe I'll just I'll drill a hole through them, and then I'll bolt the pole in place. But then for the mount, I think I'm going to make it's all going to be welded. It's not going to be bolted like it is there. I'm going to get me a stud finder too and find some studs and make sure I'm going into studding. I got longer screws because I was going to replace the screws in those brackets that I have now. But that didn't do. I didn't get the chance to replace them because they were already coming down. So yeah, it's time, I guess, to rethink that setup. Because I mean, I can't find any heavier made mounts. They don't make them for my kind of a setup. You know, you have to make your own. If you're going to make your own flagpole pipes, you got to make your own mounts too, I guess. So I'm just going to have to invest in some steel, I guess, and I guess make my own. Order some round bar, slightly bigger. Get some drill bits, drill through it, you know, and get a bolt the pipe to that, and get a big square bracket or big chunk of square steel, whatever, and then drill holes through it. Find a stud and get some monster leg bolts and leg them in that way, I guess. So I got some here, so that's the only, because I have to paint it too, paint it white. So that's, I guess, what I'm going to have to do next year. It's too late in this year to do anything. So I have no flags really flying now because you can't fix any of it because it just needs to be all replaced. And you know, and it's getting to be that time of the year now where it's getting cold and I don't have time to be fucking around with it. I got things to do now. I got to get shit ready for the winter. So I got the ion on my mind. I just want to get that running. You know, test it, make sure it still works. I got to take the battery out of it. I got to play with that dirt yet. I got to move that dirt. That dirt's been there for a month. But it's been raining so much, you just couldn't move it. So we've had very little rain now these last couple of days. So I'm going to have to just try to move what I can. And then, you know, the thing is to not move dirt in fall because it rains a lot here in fall. So, and then pretty soon my friends are going to be coming picking up their hay bales, and I'm not going to have time to really fuck around. So And then, who knows when I'll get to see my fucking tractor. So, and I was there, and I told the guy just to replace the steering hose because it had a bad steering hose on it. I told him just to replace that. Replace the hydraulic filter because my friend had said to do that. And then they told me that they found a bad part on the motor and they wanted to either fix it or replace the whole thing. So I had to give them permission to do that. So they said that it needed some attention. So yeah. So I think when it all said and done, there isn't going to be even a lot of money left over to be paying a lot of my bills off. Hardly anything at all. There's just no money to anything anymore. Everything costs so fucking much. I mean, even just going to the doctor, they charge you a freaking fortune. It's freaking ridiculous. So, whatever. I'm not going to worry about it. But no matter what, I'm not going to be able to get a loader for it, new or used. Not for another year or two, probably. It's just the way things are, you know. So, things didn't exactly go to my liking again. Never, like I said, nothing ever does. So you just have to make do with what you got. Wanting to get Big Red off a plane of snow this year, that's not going to happen. Big Red's going to be doing it another year. Thought this would have been the last year he would have had to do it, but I think he's going to have to do her again. So, my friend said that I could just buy a junk blower and put it on the big tractor and use that for pushing snow. He says it doesn't even have to be running, the blower. He says it could just be a junked one. But then I'd have to turn around and go buy a top link because they didn't give me one. Well, they're about $100, so it's not bad. But I'd have to order one or go somewhere and get one. So I got a damn bee out here already. So I mean, it's just gonna take time. And who's gonna deliver me a junk blower and how are we gonna unload it? I mean, there's no way. There's not much you can do. So. Whatever, what are you going to do about it? So, I guess you got to just work your way up to shit. That's all you can do. But, yeah, so, we'll get the CV thing figured out. We're just about done with that. I think we're about 99% done with that. I'm just going to give it a new power supply, and then I'm going to check the tunage on it one more time. I did tune it, when we did install it, but it's kind of messing with the radio a little bit, and since that has its own built-in tuning as well, I may have freaked it up a little bit, so I'm going to double check it again. But when I did check it, when I did tune it with the tuner, get out of here, you bee! I don't need to get fucking stung today. Fucking bees, I hate them so much. Should have brought my WD-40 out here. WD-40 kills bees, just perfect. Just rapes them. Yeah, so when I tuned the radio, I was getting actually some pretty good readings. I think channel 1, was it channel 1? I think it was channel 1. That was giving me about a 1 on the reading, and then channel 40 was giving me about a 1.5. So it's kind of about the same as what Big Red was. I got Big Red dialed in pretty good. So, like I said, apparently this big antenna is not tunable, so I guess it's just already tuned from the factory. You just have to double check it. So, but yeah, I know that Buzzsaw said that antenna was meant for cars. Yeah, they are. They're meant for cars, trucks, vehicles, pretty much. But if you could look it up on YouTube, man, you do see some people putting them up on top of their houses. There's at least 2 or 3 other people that I know on YouTube that have that very same antenna on top of their, on top of their house. So, it works. You just have to know how to, get around those problems, and there ain't no problems, I guess, really. I mean, you just gotta make sure you ground it and tune it, and, you mount it to where you like it, and get it up high, so, and that should be high enough for it. It shouldn't have to go any higher than that. So, but yeah, anyways, guys, I'm going to take off. That's pretty much all it. Figured I'd just show you guys that a little bit, and then, well, the freaking battery just died on this piece of shit. I hate this camera so goddamn much, so, what are you gonna do about it? It's getting old. Alrighty, guys, so I'm gonna take off, so I guess have a good day and stuff, so, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.